Hey there, welcome back to Move Mountains Pilates. My name is Jess and I have week 4 of your March Madness challenge here for you. Now, week 4, since there's more than just 28 days in March, there's 31, and we have a bonus 3 exercises. Plus all of those like prep moves or substitutions that Club Pilates has thrown in, I've also thrown in. So we have a full workout today. Now, warning, today's repertoire especially, I feel like is filled with like tons of more advanced Pilates mat work moves that are kind of crazy, and a lot of them require a lot of spinal mobility and shoulder mobility, back extension, and a lot of those kind of roll over type of movements. So if you have stuff going on with your back or your neck, things like that, then a lot of these things might not work great for you. But if you're just trying to tick off your March Madness moves, I do have all of those Club Pilates substitutions for you and just preps for the different moves, different options in case the fulls don't work. And where the fulls don't work and there's not a different option, just do one of the things you've already done. Whatever works. A lot of it's ab focused. So any of your ab exercises, you know, go for it. Take your breaks. I took a ton of shell stretches through it. We'll get through it together. And I hope you have fun trying out these crazy advanced mat work Pilates moves. Not ones that I will really ever teach outside of March Madness, but they're fun ones to attempt, mostly. So you just need you and your body, and we're starting on your hands and knees. Thanks, you guys. And before we get into it, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate it. It helps me out so much. And if you can give this video a like, and if you're doing the March Madness challenge for your studio, leave a comment so that we have proof that you did it, right? We need that proof. Anyways, let's get into it, starting on your hands and knees. Thank you guys so much. All right, getting settled here on your hands and knees, we're gonna start with one of those Club Pilates substitutions, which is your bird dog. So let's spread the fingers wide, push the floor away to get your shoulders set, and slide the shoulders down from the ears. Zipper through your core. Let's just start by reaching one leg straight back behind you. Put the knee down, change sides. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lower. How stable can you keep your hips? How stable can you keep your spine? Watching that you're not lifting so high that your belly drops down. Keep your ribs drawn in, core engaged the whole time. And then if that's feeling good, pause with your leg long, add in opposite arm reaching forwards, and then lower down. So prepping with this prep, we reach the leg, then add in the arm. That's the easiest way to do this. If that's feeling good, do it all at once. Inhale, lower, exhale, switch. This is actually known as swimming prep in the Stop Pilates repertoire, which is perfect because one of the actual March Madness moves we're doing today is swimming. So whatever you want to call this, bird dog, swim prep, I don't know, opposite reaching, whatever name you want to give it, this will help prepare us for the rest of March Madness. Let's finish off here. And then let's go tall kneeling. Now, if your knees tend to give you issues, you might want to just skip this one, maybe do squats instead to warm up your thighs. Otherwise, we're on our knees, squeeze your glutes and draw your ribs to your hip bones. Notice the long line you have from your head all the way down to your knees. It's like you're holding a plank here. Reach your arms forwards, exhale, hinge at your knees and lean back, and then come upright. Exhale, hinge. It doesn't take much. Your number one priority is holding yourself stable in that long line, which means you're really not going to go very far, but you should feel a good burn in the front of your thighs. This one is called thigh stretch. It's the most misleading Pilates exercise name ever, in my opinion. There's no stretch to be found here. It's all burn. Thigh burn is the more accurate description. But your thighs are lengthening. I see why they call it that. It's just misleading. And This is also a Club Pilates March Madness substitution, but it's perfect because one of the real March Madness exercises requires a whole lot of flexibility and strength in this alignment. Your thighs need to be lengthened up and your glutes need to be active. All of this will really help to prepare us for where we're going. Let's finish one more. Okay, now let's go flat on your belly, heading into your swimming exercise. Start with your arms reaching long above you, head hovers, and then just go ahead and hover opposite arm and leg. Inhale, lower, exhale, hover. As you do this, can you keep both hip bones grounded, only lifting so high that you can keep equal weight between your two hips? Same idea with the shoulders. You're only lifting your arms so high that shoulders can stay level. You're not going up and down with it. You're just strong and stable. Lots of stability through your torso. Lots of strength through your back body and through your deep core. Now, the full version, you hover everything. Arms and legs float off the floor, and then you flutter back and forth. I like to start slow and get the rhythm, and then start to go faster and faster and faster. It's like you're in the ocean and you're getting chased by a shark, and you swim fast to get away from it. I've been telling people that this past week because it's been super cold and snowy in Calgary, so I feel like getting chased by a shark sounds better than being here in Calgary where it's all freezing cold. At least with the shark chasing us, it's sunny, it's warm, we're in the tropics. What can be better, right? All right, let's settle down. Quick shell stretch. Hopefully you enjoyed that shark chase. So that's your swimming. Now we're getting back onto our belly for more back extension work. This work is just gonna prepare us for one of those crazy March Madness moves we're doing. So let's reach behind us and grab your hands. Hold them on top of your low back. Squeeze your glutes, rooting your tail down, and then just lift up, open your chest and shoulders, and then lower down. You're welcome to do this, turning your head side to side, however you want to go about it. I really want you to focus on lengthening up, rolling your shoulders back, and reaching your hands towards your feet. The exercise we're preparing for is called rocking. And it's a weird one. We have quite a few weird ones in here today, but it requires a whole lot of back mobility and shoulder mobility. And so does one of our other March Madness moves. That requires a lot of shoulder mobility too. Let's just try one more. And then quick shell stretch. Now feel free to stick with that, with what you just did. Otherwise, back down. This time, we're gonna do one more prep because we really need to prepare our bodies for all this crazy March Madness. Legs are parallel. Your hands are gonna reach back and grab your feet. If you can't do that, this exercise is not for you. And I know there's a good chance you probably can't do that, and that's okay, that's normal. This exercise is crazy. You're not. So if you can, grab your feet. Now push your hands into your feet into hands, and lift up. And then lower down and repeat. Just preparing here. Opening through your chest, opening through your thighs. That's why we did your thigh stretch. That wasn't really a stretch, but at least we built some good mobility through your thighs. Let's try one more. Ooh, okay, another shell stretch because all this back extension stuff requires a ton of shells. Okay, so this thing we're preparing for is called rocking. And basically you're gonna be in that shape, grabbing hold of your ankles while rocking forwards and back. I told you it's a weird one. If that sounds awful, or if you can't even grab your feet, then do something else instead. You could practice your rolling like a ball instead, which is kind of the reverse of rocking, the still weird exercise that makes a bit more sense than this one. So whatever you want to do, you could stick with swimming, whatever you'd like. But if you want to give it a go, follow along. We're gonna reach back, grab your feet, and then big lift up. Squeeze your glutes, open your chest, and then start to rock. Squeezing your glutes, press your feet into your hands. Rocking on your belly, 5 seconds. 4, trying not to lead with your head completely. Trying to keep the head lifted. And then relax and shell stretch. I told you it was a weird one. I feel like that one is great for like dancers, acrobatics, things like that. But for the average person, you don't ever need to do that unless you're doing this crazy March Madness challenge. We're gonna move on from that. Let's go into your plank, another Club Pilates substitution for one of those crazy exercises. So, just a basic plank hold. Connect through your body, push the floor away, zipper up tight through your core. Tune in and find your alignment. One more breath. And then feel free to take a break. Otherwise, step your feet together. Hover one leg, lower, change sides, just hovering. You only want to lift your legs so high that your hips stay still. Watching that hips don't pike with that. Keep the hips down in that plank. 4 more. Another prep for where we're going. And lower down, maybe a shell again. That's gonna be the theme of today. Crazy moves with a bunch of shell stretches, okay? Take them as you need them. Okay, our next move is both in the Club Pilates repertoire and the normal March Madness repertoire. It's called leg pull front. So basically, we're gonna be up there in your plank. We hover our leg and we shift forwards and back. Then we lower the foot and change sides. Let's do it together. Back to your full plank, feet together. You could do elbows too, by the way. Let's hover one leg. And now as you shift your body back, point through the toe in the air. Shift forwards, flex that ankle. Put the foot down, change sides. Hover, shift back. Shift forwards and lower. If the ankle stuff is too confusing, you can forget about it. Otherwise, I like to think of it as if your toe points in the direction you're shifting towards. So it points back as you shift back. Toe points forwards as you shift forwards. Let's finish off another 3. Just breathing as needed. And once you think you're even, lower down. Good job. So, with all these crazy advanced Pilates exercises, breathe where you need to, okay? I don't want to overwhelm you on top of this crazy choreography with some of them with focusing on like when and how to breathe. You breathe at your own discretion. I'm out of my breath here. Now, your next exercise, we're gonna flip over so that you're seated as you get into it. And let's again prep for it. We'll do a couple things. Start with your knees bent. Hands are back behind you a little with your fingers pointing towards your feet. Now, roll your shoulders open, lift your chest, and then lift your hips into kind of a bridge. Hinge about halfway down, squeeze the glutes and lift. Reach out of your knees. Now, if this doesn't feel good, maybe you just lie down on your back and do regular bridges. Whatever you need. We're preparing for leg pull back, just like leg pull front, except nothing like leg pull front. It's just a reverse plank. So here we're just opening up our shoulders, opening the hips, and preparing for those reverse planks. Let's do this once more. Really draw your shoulder blades together, lift and expand the chest, and then lower it down and shake it out. You could, by the way, do this on your elbows instead if your wrists hate that. Let's take it into your full reverse plank, and we'll get right into your full choreography as well. I'll go step by step, so take your breaks and follow along if you can. Legs together, long this time. Open your shoulders again, and then press up. Squeeze those glutes, zipper up your core, and lift your chest. Open the shoulders. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe, can you tuck one knee towards you? Step the leg out, change sides. Inhale, reach. Okay, let's take a break, because I need one. I said I was going right into the full choreography. I did not make it that far. Your full choreography, instead of bending the knee towards you, let's do a straight leg. Maybe you try just regular straight leg lifts, but then full choreography, we're gonna go kick, 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 lower. Maybe you just do it here. Maybe you don't even go into your full plank. Otherwise, come along with me. Squeeze those glutes, open your chest. Straight leg up, kick, kick, lower. Kick, 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 lower. Maybe pointing on the way up, flexing on the way down, up to you. One more per side. Lift up higher. Woo, okay, fold over your legs, relax. Okay. Next, another advanced Pilates move. Take it or leave it. It's called Boomerang. There's a lot of choreography to it. It's like your roll over exercise, balancing your weight between your shoulders with your legs over your head. And there's just some fancy stuff to it. So if you're not looking to do that, maybe some half rollbacks. Or maybe you're just skipping all of these non-Club Pilates exercises and sticking with those easier preps. Up to you. Let's try it if you're going with me. I know I keep saying that, like take it or leave it, but like truly, these exercises are not for everyone. So if you want to give it a go, start with your ankles crossed, seated, and you need some space above your head and space in front of you for your legs. Now, let's have arms by your side, sit up tall, and then tuck the tail. As you roll back, you're going to take your legs up and above your head, and then switch the cross of your ankles. I did not give myself enough room. Roll down, and as you roll down, you're actually gonna then roll up into a teaser. Can you pause in your teaser? Take the arms behind your back and slow as possible, fold forwards over your legs, reaching the arms behind you. Then you circle the arms around, stacking your spine. And then again, you roll it back, pausing back there, you switch the cross of your ankles, and then you find your teaser position. From there, reach the arms back behind you and then scoop your belly. Try not to just fall forwards if possible. Circle the arms, stack up tall. Let's do one more per side. When you're ready, scoop it back, legs reach above you, switch the cross, find your teaser, take the arms behind you and fold over your legs. Circle those arms around, scoop it back, crisscross, and find your teaser. Reach the arms and fold forward with control. And that's your Boomerang. Okay, let's move on right into the next crazy thing. After that one, we're gonna take it into one we actually did last week because the March Matness calendars between Club Pilates and non-Club Pilates were a little bit different on the days. So this one was included in both repertoires, but different days. Hip twist. So you're seated, arms reach behind you comfortably, maybe fingers point forwards, maybe out to the sides. Lift your chest and then slide your feet towards you, lift your legs. We're gonna circle the legs around all the way up the other side, pause at the top. Circle the legs around, up and over, pause at the top. Letting your hips move, but keeping your torso pretty steady. Let's do one more per side. Turning through your hips, twisting those hips. And then relax, release. Good job, so hip twist again, a little bonus one for you. Okay, I'm gonna double check my notes because we've got a lot to cover today. Next, the weirdest classic Pilates moves. We have seal and we have crab. We're gonna start with seal. Very similar to rolling like a ball, except you're literally doing 3 claps not of your hands, but of your feet. Pausing at the bottom and pausing at the top for those 3 claps. I know, it's weird. We're gonna go to the front so you have room behind you. Roll back onto behind your sitting bones, tailbone area. Take your arms inside the legs and then grab your feet in your hands. And this is your position. You're gonna scoop your belly, look down at the pubic bone, then inhale. We roll back and you pause back there. Weight between the shoulders, 3 little claps. Scoop up, find your balance, 3 little claps. So you roll back, you pause, clap, clap, clap. You roll back, you pause, clap, clap, clap. Let's do that 3 times. You might be like me, not quite making it at the bottom or top. I had a good run there, but not quite entirely. Last time. And release. Okay. So, in my opinion, even though that one's a very weird one, I actually kind of like it because it's like you're rolling like a ball with an extra challenge of just holding that position. Extra control involved. It takes a lot of strength and power and coordination of your own body. Next one is called crab. This one I don't know if I love as much. We're gonna do it anyways. So, you need lots of room. Ideally more than a little corner where you're filming yourself. But if that's all you got, whatever, we'll make it work. So, for this one, once again, find the sort of rolling like a ball position. This time you need a little bit of space in front of you as well as space behind you. Rolling like a ball, except your arms are on the outside of the legs and your ankles are crossed. You're gonna grab your feet. Then you're gonna roll back and you'll switch the cross of your ankles while you're holding it back there. And then we come forwards and we do something strange. So feel free to watch first, and then when you're ready, you can join in if you want to. So first, we scoop, we roll it back, we switch the cross, and then we roll all the way onto our heads. I know, weird. We roll it all the way back, you switch the cross of your feet, and then we roll all the way to your head. And we keep going. Join in if you want to. I can't believe I'm doing this on camera. You guys are just looking silly in the comfort of your own home. I'm doing this in front of whoever's watching. Last time. And you're not balancing on your head, you're just like setting it down. Okay, release. How was that? Kind of weird and crazy, right? Seal and crab and all these things. That one's weird. And it feels weird in my body is the thing. Like the one way I'm good, crossing the other way, I'm not good, you know? Like it feels very different. Just like sitting with your legs crisscross applesauce the wrong way feels weird. Anyways, we get to move on from seal and crab, the lovely inventions Joseph Pilates left us with. Next, control balance. It's basically as the name sounds, there's control and there's balance. We're gonna do this one flipped over, feet are above your head. So if that's not good for you, you're gonna do something else instead. A lot of today is like that. And we're gonna hold it back there for a while. So let's get into it together. Lie down, have your arms long at your sides, lift your legs tabletop and then shoot them out. Scoop your belly as you lift those legs up and overhead. Toes are gonna touch the floor. Try not to put all of your weight on your neck, instead between your shoulders. Now, we're gonna sweep the arms all the way above the head, grab hold onto your right foot or ankle, wherever it feels best for you. From there, we reach the other leg to the sky. Squeeze that glute, really lift up and out of your hip. And then we lower that leg and we change sides. So, simple choreography, but a very weird exercise. Let's keep alternating a few more times if it feels good. If it doesn't, don't do it. Lifting up and out of your hips, out of your shoulders. Squeezing that glute. And then if you feel stable enough, maybe your legs just pass through. Maybe. One more per side-ish. And then let's just reach your legs together, scoop the belly, and roll on down and release. Okay, control balance. I would say the weirdest ones are behind us now. Let's get up to our knees, kneeling on the center of your mat. These next couple will be way more familiar than those. So, centered on your mat, on your knees, open the arms wide to the sides. From here, I'm gonna topple over onto my right hand. You can either mirror me or do the same side. So, we lean, that hand's gonna find the floor and your top leg reaches long. You should have your hip right over top of your knee, shoulder right over your wrist. So it's not quite a side plank where your hip is open. You're kind of standing on your bottom knee. From there, one of the Club Pilates substitutions is star. So for that, lift your top arm and leg. You're a star. Look at that, we did it. And then shake out any foot cramps you might get. We're gonna take it into side kick kneeling. So we're gonna lift the top leg hip height, kick forwards, little pulse, swing it back. Kick, kick, swing it back, or just keep it simple with a nice sweep forwards, up to you. If you look down at the bottom hand, it might feel nicer on your neck. Let's finish off 3. Trying to keep your torso really stable. It's okay if your kick's not very big. Awesome. Then after that last one, can you push yourself back up to your knees? Wonderful. You have a second side. When you're ready, lean your way out, top leg kicks out straight, and then lift. Look at that, you're a star. And then we kick. As far as I know, I don't think there's a star Pilates mat work exercise in the STOT repertoire. As far as I know. Maybe there's one in the advanced repertoire that I just don't know of. There's definitely one on the reformer, so maybe there is on the mat. But I think that's basically it. Just kind of opening into that star shape, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 more. Ooh, wobbly, wobbly. Okay, then push yourself back up. Great. Now take a seat, sweep your legs off to the side. I'm doing my left side, maybe you're mirroring me, maybe it's the same side. Next we have side bend. We'll start with the prep. Set it up so that your bottom leg's bent on the floor. Top leg is gonna go with the heel up against your bottom ankle. So your feet kind of make this X shape. Your bottom hand for this prep is gonna line up in line with your bottom knee. So the hand is forwards of your body. Fingers face the end of your mat. From there, this bottom knee stays down. Top arm rests on top of the knee. We're gonna squeeze the glutes as we open the hips forwards, bending over. And then you sit your bum down and back. Squeeze your glutes and lift. Opening your hips. This side bend prep I really actually like because it opens up your hips so nicely in your external rotation. It's quite nice for me. Now feel free to stick with that prep, otherwise let's take it to the full. For that, your bottom hand is now in line with where your feet are, kind of centered to this leg thigh position, if that makes sense. Now, you're gonna zipper your legs together when you're going in the air. Push through your feet, push through your hand. When you're ready, get up and bend yourself over. And then bend the knees wide to return. Make your adjustments. The first one, I always have to adjust my positioning. When you're ready, exhale. Bend over like a rainbow. Inhale, settle down. Let's do 2 more. Side bend. Does the name sounds? See, some of the names make a lot of sense. And then lower yourself down and we'll sweep those legs around second side. Starting with the prep. Top heel up against bottom ankle, feet are in that X sort of shape. Bottom hand starts in line with the bottom knee, forwards of the body. Squeeze those glutes and press your hips forwards, up and over. And then sit yourself back down. We'll do 2 more of the preps. Standing on that bottom knee. Last time. Okay. Slide the hand back a little if you're going into the full. Find your positioning. And then squeeze your thighs as you lift. Inhale, open the knees, return. Exhale, push through your hand and your feet. Inhale, lower. 2 more times. Bending as much as possible, not just going into a side plank, but arcing over like a big rainbow. All right, last time here. Awesome. Let's take a shell stretch. And we're almost done. We have one more thing. To get there, let's press up through a downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Fold over your legs and stand back up, bone by bone. All right, last move of your whole March Madness challenge, push-ups. So that's traditionally how you finish the Pilates mat work repertoire, is with push-ups. So you're welcome for every class you've ever done where you haven't gotten push-ups. Let's get into them now. They're nicer, I think, than regular push-ups to an extent. Let's do an arm circle. Fold down over your legs. Walk out to your plank. You could go to your knees if you want, otherwise full plank. From there, go down in increments. Go down 1, 2, 3, big press up. 2 more times like that. Down, down, down. Exhale, push. Last time. Then just walk your hands back to your feet, fold over your legs, and roll yourself up to standing. We're gonna do that one more time just for good luck. Spread the arms, fold down. Walk yourself out, maybe modified if you want. And we go down, 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 just as low as you can keep your strong plank line. One more time. And then walk it in. Fold over your legs, hang heavy, take an inhale, exhale, roll up. Nice big arm circle at the top, and you're done. Great job. You have officially finished your March Madness challenge. Awesome work. I'm so proud of you, especially attempting all of those crazy classical moves.